4K? How did they get you in 4K?
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and with the Post Malone collection event ending in just a few days, what are we going to be looking forward to next in Apex Legends, especially when it comes to reworking the gameplay and the meta that we are so used to? Well, today we're going to cover top 5 things that you guys can be looking forward to coming in 2024 or even before the end of this year to look forward to, just having more content in Apex Legends. We're also going to go ahead and give out 45 bucks. All you guys got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill, but without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. One of the things that makes Apex Legends absolutely fantastic is that the meta is always going to be changing and evolving. As we saw in season 17, they introduced evac towers to the game, which is basically the same as Valkyrie's ultimate ability, showing that they will add survival items that can take over at Legends abilities and do the exact same thing so that the meta can change and not everyone plays one character for one unique trait. And that actually is going to lead us into the first survival item that we know is coming into the game in the future, and that is going to be the shield capacitor. A lot of you have probably heard of this, but for those who haven't, this is a leaked image of the medium shield capacitor right here, so it will come in small, medium, and large from what we know, and it does heal a medium amount of shields, a 60-second cooldown. This is very similar to Watson's ultimate, but it does come with a little bit of changes as well. It also appears in a crypto playtest right here. As you can see, the crypto EMP in the bottom right, and this is actual playtest footage, and it fills into a slot right next to the heat shield, indicating that we might actually be getting an additional slot, or that this functions a little bit different than a survival item in general. We can actually see it being activated in game, and this one is the small one, letting us know that there's a small, medium, and large, and it does take an opposite slot across from the heat shield on the right hand side, once again on the crypto playtest. So the thing that makes this very different that we do know of is that unlike other survival items, it is not consumed, but instead enters a cooldown of 60 seconds upon which it can be used again. Other than that, we just know that it is a rare rarity, but this has a way to change up the meta hugely. It should be interesting to see what they do with that. But another legend that could actually be seeing a survival item take over his abilities is crypto, because there is a new thing called the remote banner recovery, and this will allow you to recover your teammates' banners from a distance. This was first seen by iLoot Games. The major difference between this one and the shield capacitor is that it is a survival item exclusively, and it will replace the heat shield instead of taking up that second slot. There's not too much we know about this. This was only leaked one time, and iLoot Games did reveal that this wasn't a new leak and that they've had that information for a while. As a result, there's a chance the remote banner recovery survival item has been scrapped, but my personal thought is this is more likely going to be one of those abilities for that solo mode Rumble Royale that's coming out that we've talked about before, and we'll go a little bit more into that as well later. Now, the most interesting one, and personally number 3 on the list, is going to be the Titan battery. Now, this has been found in the game files for a very long time. Shrugtal first found it on June 23rd, 2020. You can see it right here, and this is from the Titanfall game exclusively, and we do know it's actually not a leftover, and we'll show that in a second. But what's interesting about that is the fact that Apex Legends may consider adding Titans into the game in the future. The design director, Steven Ferreira, actually said we've tried Titans a few different times in building prototypes through Apex and looking at what our new features are going to look like. There are some balance issues that Titans bring to the game that we have yet to find the right solution to. Doesn't mean we're gonna find the right solution, but the map isn't gonna be a bigger part, showing that they are actively working into getting this into the game. In fact, there was a dev stream not too long ago that actually showed a dev room where they go ahead and test out a bunch of content in the game, and you can clearly see the Titan battery actually there, showing it's just not leftover files, but actually something they put into this room to test. We still don't know what it is to actually test, but my thought would actually be a Titan or something that would be a quick burst of aggressive activity. Now, something else that was actually found in that room is something called an arc tool, and you might also remember this from Titanfall 2, and this is one that I think we're going to see sooner than later. Now, the arc tool in Titanfall 2 was actually used for opening and closing doors, and the reason why I think this is coming sooner than later is because we do know that we are getting a new Titanfall themed map as our next battle royale map, and an arc tool to open or lock doors there like vaults that we see on other maps would make a lot of sense, and I think actually work really well in the lore. It's been in the files for a very long time, so we're just going to kind of have to wait and see. Just so you know, there was a long list of other things found in that room, such as the energy pistol, which we know is the Fanatic. The car SMG uses heavy ammo, which actually came into the game. The Season 10 treasure pack, obviously. The Titanfall 2 arc tool and 2 rarities, so it is important to know it does come in purple and gold. Of course, the Titan battery is of gold rarity, once again making me think that it is going to be a Titan. There is a big box that has an ammo icon with Rampart's passive logo, which we'll talk about in a second. There also does seem to be a folded crossbow, which is most likely going to be the Scorpion Scorpion, which is a crossbow that fires arrows, and the other things listed there were things that actually already came to the game, so nothing really to worry about there. Now, going back to that Rampart ammo box, I actually think that's pretty interesting because we do know that there is an additional survival item called a ammo box, and this was leaked during the Genesis Collection event in that room like we went over, but it's also been found in the files a lot. In fact, we saw with Ballistic, he actually used that as an early ability for his ultimate until it became the boosted loader. But it now seems to have evolved as there is a leaker that used to be very prominent known as Ezra RC, and they actually showed the heavy ammo bandolier, which allows you to stack more heavy ammo, which could be very interesting as that kind of takes over Rampart with the LMGs, but more for a general ammo type. It would be interesting to see how they balance that with other classes that are like assaults, but overall I think it could actually be a very, very useful thing coming into the game. It would actually make inventory space a little bit more interesting. Now, there is also a huge list of survival items coming to the game or abilities for the new Rumble solo mode. It's up to you guys to decipher, but you can see the long list here and go ahead and look through each and every one if you want. But those are the 5 survival items that I am keying in on that I'm looking forward to coming to Apex Legends very soon. Let me know down below, what is your favorite item that was listed here that you are most looking forward to coming into Apex Legends, and do you think that anything here will be really game-changing or revolutionary? Also, don't forget to check out this channel right here by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content, and until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.